Next, I'd like to welcome up Anna Saul. Anna is a rising freshman in high school who's going to come up and speak, and she's also a member of March for Lives Rhode Island.
Hi. So on January 8th, 2011, I was 6 years old and living in Flagstaff, Arizona. Elsewhere in my state, a Tucson constituent meeting was being held in a Safeway parking lot. So I was too young to fully understand what happened that day, but what I do remember is my parents glued to the TV, waiting for news and for an explanation. And I remember seeing the face of a woman displayed across the screen, Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, who had been shot and severely injured. And then I saw the face of a girl who didn't appear to be much older than myself, Christina Taylor Green. She was 9 years old. She died from her wounds. And I asked my mom so many questions because I did not understand. Why would someone do this? How could someone do this? And most importantly, is this ever going to happen again? And my mom told me no, since 6 people, including a child, had been murdered. And since a very important woman had been shot, things were going to change. So fast forward nearly 2 years, I was 8 years old, living in Vermont now, anxiously awaiting Christmas, which was just over a week away. It was December 14th, 2012. And as I ran down the stairs at the front of my school to meet my mom, I could tell something was wrong. Later I found out there had been another shooting, this time in a small town elementary school just like the one I attended. And this time 26 people were killed. 20 of them were children my age and younger. I asked my mom a lot of questions again, and then I broke down crying, telling her she promised me it wouldn't happen again. And she cried too. She didn't have an answer. Right after Sandy Hook, I saw the typical locked-the-door lockdown drill turn into something scarier and much more real. This past school year, once a month, we were instructed to perform a lockdown, which included shutting off all the lights, closing the blinds, locking and barricading the door, and each of us, armed with a textbook or something, and this is a direct instruction, something else heavy that could delay an attacker. And we were told to spread out in the room, wherever we could hide. My story is not unique. It's that of nearly every teen in America. We grow up in this environment of violence and watch it grow exponentially. And we have been instructed to hide under desks and tables because apparently to get an education, we have to put our lives in danger. Even going out in public now, I find myself making a plan. Where is the nearest exit? Where can I hide if needed? But worse, when you combine white supremacy with the easy access to a firearm, the results are even more deadly. The El Paso shooting was the largest terrorist attack targeting Latinos in modern history. There have been others targeting people because of their race, their religion, or their sexual orientation. We have to dismantle racism, bigotry, and hate. We have to be better than this, so that our kids don't have to buy bulletproof backpacks and wonder if this time it's a drill or the real thing. Firstly, we need to ban any and all high-capacity magazines and assault weapons. These are weapons of war, and they have no place in the hands of civilians. We need to pass universal background checks and red flag laws to keep people who shouldn't have guns from owning them. We need to ensure that all guns are kept locked in safes, and gun owners are taught safe and effective storage rules. And finally, we need to fund gun violence research. This is a public health emergency. It's time we start treating it like one. I'd like to thank all of our congressional representatives for being here today. Senator Reid, I know you want to get back to Washington to pass the Senate bill. Push Mitch McConnell to take the Senate out of recess. There are lives at stake.
Thank you, Anna. That was good.